All right, well, welcome back to the Fan Fantasy Championship Week. This year has been a big year for everybody. Some people are absolutely terrible. Some people are better than others. I don't actually have the record in front of me, and due to the internet not working on the site that I'm currently on, I don't really have everybody's records, but I know somebody pulled out one win on the year, I think. Travis, it's a solid year there for Laporta Potty. It's a fitting name for the record. Anyway, so this is championship week. This is the week we've all been waiting for. So many hard-fought battles to get here. Some people never had a shot. Some people always knew they were going, you know what I mean? And so, it's not that big a deal. When you win a lot of fantasy championships, this is really familiar territory. And so, really just to dive right into championship week, we have T-Law's little pits, Scotty 2, not Hottie, and he's in unfamiliar territory, probably a little nervous headed into this week, don't know what to expect. He's got the jitters. Sometimes that's good, but sometimes it's a negative thing. Probably, maybe more often than not, I feel like this week is going to be really negative for him. I know he's not feeling confident about it, but nor would I. If I had to play myself this week, which I'm Tanaka Blanco, so my name's Lloyd. If I did have to play myself, I'd be super nervous. I'd be scared that I was going to beat myself by 63 points. I'm not saying it's going to be 63, but I think it'll be somewhat close to that, and we'll just see where it ends up. But just to go into it, ESPN currently has it. T-Law's Little Pits versus Tanaka Blanco. Here are the projections. T-Law's Little Piss, as we're going to come to know him from here on out. This week I played T-Law's Little Piss. That's right, I said piss. So this week when I play T-Law's Little Piss, I'm going to beat him, I don't know, probably by like 40. But this is it. This is where he makes dreams happen. Right up in there somewhere is where he makes the dreams happen. Hey, I hope you have a Merry Christmas, because you're going to have a Merry shitty week after I beat you in fantasy by 42 points next week. Because he's probably not going to be that good. So anyway, Piss this week, he's projected 128.5. So as we round up in this league, 129 to 124, projected by 5 over to Tanaka Blanco. So could be a big week for T-Law's Little Piss. So let's move into the lineup here and do it. Sorry, I'm not talking about the other teams, but to be honest, you guys have all lost out, and this isn't your week. You know what I mean? I'll probably discuss it, maybe who you're playing, but that's if I can find it, if the internet's working. I know some of you guys just missed it. Usually I do a recap show. There's not much to recap. Tanaka Blanco absolutely blew out Diddy's Disciples last week. I guess I'll do that small recap. And then T-Law's Little Piss also beat Murray Magic pretty hands down. So those two, they're playing each other. That's rightfully so. Let the men be men and let the kids play each other. The men playing this week. So here, let's get right to it. So Piss this week, just looking at your Darnold, Rashad White, Bucky Irving, Jamar Chase, Brian Thompson, Hawkinson, Garrett Wilson, Raiders defense, Cam Little. That lineup, just to speak those names out loud, really doesn't strike fear in anybody's hearts, and it really not mine either. But Tanaka Blanco, we know, is probably going to take this by 60. So we're looking at Aaron Rodgers really coming off solid 2 weeks ago with a 300-point passing game. Last week probably did something cool maybe. And then, Devin Achane, Josh Jacobs, Cooper Kupp, Adam Thielen, Freiermuth, big time today. Big time Freiermuth. Bijan Robinson, Bills defense, then Barn. That lineup is scary. This is a week in, week out lineup that could have 200 fantasy points. And so looking at Little Piss's fantasy totals, I mean, he's looking at a lineup that is almost as projected, 128 to about the 100 range, somewhere in there. So it should be a landslide victory, but don't take it from me. See, I don't make the analysis. I pull these sources from all over. Vegas lines, BBC, World News, CNN, Fox News, MSNBC, Newsmax, all those various sources is where I get this information. This is really their analysis. I just report it, and so yeah, it does feel good to know that I'm sitting on top and will be on top. Really, no doubts there, and nobody ever knew it. First round bye and all that. So, really, let's get to it. Diddy's Disciples versus Murray Magic this week. Those two are going to play each other. Is it an exciting matchup? Yeah, either one of those kids can score 160 that week, but now they got to play each other. Murray Magic seem to have the upper hand all year, but Diddy's Disciples, very capable. He was capable of winning the championship. He just came up against an absolute buzzsaw in Tanaka Blanco. So I mean, he's actually a championship caliber team, and probably based on that reason, he may have the slight edge. But Murray Magic is the #1 team in the league this year, and he's sitting in the semifinals also. So nothing to scoff at. And I know you really want me to make a prediction, but this is tough. This is really a coin toss between those two. They're both really solid. Either one could have been in the finals. But as we all know, whoever was going to be in the finals was playing for second, and we knew that really like 2 hours before the draft even started this year. So then we have CD's Nuts versus Pain in the Bass. Another couple that can randomly score 170, 60 or 70 points this week. You know, also a solid year for these two. Not that solid, though. That's why they're not in the Final Four. But, you know, that's a tough one to call. I don't have the internet out here, so I'm not really looking at the lineups of the rosters right now. Pain in the Bass has scored pretty heavily. I don't know. Did one or both beat me this year? I'm not sure, but I don't know. I'll probably go Pain in the Bass. He had a pretty good roster, as I recall. Laporta Potty versus Jaden Savis. No analysis here. Jaden Savis. I don't even have to look. I don't know. I mean, half of Jaden Savis' roster could be out. Laporta Potty has one win on the year, and so, you know, you don't bet the underdog when they're really, really underdogs. You know, you only bet the underdog when the underdog has a shot, but when they don't have a shot, no, I would just keep knocking the Russians back because this is not going to be your week. Tyreke Blinders versus My Digs Hurt. A couple teams also. Tyreke Blinders really had a solid year, I think, and versus My Digs Hurt. You know, that one could go either way. Probably a coin toss. I don't really want to get into it. And as I said, if I have the internet and I'm staring at your rosters, some things are going to just blow out at me, and it's really easy for me to go and give analysis on. And then lastly, Big Decker, Pack Full of Love. See, this is another crazy one. Pack Full of Love had actually a pretty good season. Big Decker is really one of those teams that can score 180 points at any point. So, and honestly, you guys are wild cards anyway. You know what I mean? That's why you're at the bottom. You know, when Tanaka Blanco, that's myself, when I would play during the week, there was no questions who was going to win. Just based on record alone, when Murray Magic played this year, no questions as to who was going to win. Diddy's Disciples start scoring 170 points a week, no questions as to who's going to win. T-Law's Little Pits had a solid second half, and really solid second half. For the solid second half, no questions who's going to win. That's why we're in the Final Four. I don't know what else to tell you guys. Listen, I feel real bad. I'm just, right now, you know, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do. As stated, I've probably already ordered the ring. It's only one ring because it's one championship, but it's probably going to be a 2-finger one ring, like a giant ring, but it fits on 2 fingers. That's for real champions, you know what I mean? And I feel good about myself. I've already ordered it. A lot of people wouldn't have confidence to do that, but this is going to be a landslide victory, and I think it's going to start today with the Steelers and Freiermuth catching a bunch of passes. And I mean a bunch of passes. And so I don't know what else to tell you guys. Listen, we're going to go ahead and end this deal right here, and love everybody. I hope things were good, and you know, it's starting to rain outside. This is a serious rain game, serious day. Okay, well, we'll do more analysis next week. We'll do the championship analysis. We all know how that's going to go. You know, that's it. Well, love everybody. You guys have a good week, and you know, I hope everything goes really, really solid for you this week. I know, just to close it out again, I know it's really boring for some of you guys because you're not in the show, but you know, champions. Everybody's not a champion. This is part of the, I don't know if it's called the bloopers reels. What do you call it? The B-roll? This is what this is. This is me waiting for like 8 minutes for this guy to get out of the driveway. 8 minutes.
I'm not playing. 8 minutes. If I was prime delivery, you know, when there's a truck that's delivering, I don't know, when there's a truck that's delivering like 100 things a day, and then you got one that delivers like 8 things a day. Well, I know why it delivers 8 things a day. It's because you sit in somebody's yard for 8 minutes trying to make a video here. This guy don't care. This guy don't give a shit about videos.